What's up, you guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and you're tapped into the drama because it's a lot going on, y'all. It's so much going on, and we've only made it into March 2 days. It's March the 2nd. Why is all of this happening and it's March the 2nd? It's too much. It's too much. So a lot of stuff happened yesterday on March the 1st. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Drew and Ralph getting a divorce as from Real Housewives of Atlanta, as well as the back and forth between Mia, G, and Peter. On top of that, we're going to be talking about Jacqueline's niece coming out and exposing that Mia was trying to cook up storylines. We just got a lot to talk about. So let's get into it. So first up is Ralph and Drew. So I'm going to be totally honest with y'all. When I first saw this information come down my timeline, I didn't believe it. Ralph and Drew give me stunts and shows. They give me bad Tyler Perry play vibes. Like, they give actors. They give Chitlin Circuit actors to me. I'm sorry. They don't do it for me on this show. They both, to me, feel like they play characters of what they think people want from reality stars, and it's never resonated with me. The 2 seasons that Drew has been on, I've never really seen it for her. So when I saw this information, I legit was like, ugh, look at them trying to figure out what they're going to do for their next storyline. Because we're not going to act like we haven't seen housewives get on reality TV and fake a divorce to have a storyline. So when I saw it, I decided to read the People magazine article, and I was shocked to find out that he filed. And I was like, he filed? And that's when my ears kind of went up maybe this might be true. I don't know. But I was surprised. A lot of people were saying Drew should have been the one to file first, which I believe that. Even though I said they give me bad actors and they give stunts and shows, even when they do scenes together, there's an underlining tone of disrespect from Ralph that feels real. That's even though I felt like they were playing with one another or they both were in on the joke, there was a piece of Ralph that was being a dick on purpose, being very mean to her on purpose. And it seems like it's true. And it then later came out that Drew was the one who actually filed first, an hour before Ralph. And basically the documentation of when they separated was different. So Drew said they separated February the 23rd. Ralph had on his paperwork February the 19th. So I assumed all the blogs that were reporting this just thought that he was the one that filed first. But I'm going to read the article and then I'm going to give you my thoughts. All right, you guys. So the article goes like this. It says RHOA star Drew Sidora, husband Ralph Pittman filed for divorce 61 minutes apart. It's over between Drew Sidora and Ralph Pittman. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star filed for a divorce from her husband Monday after nearly 9 years of marriage. TMZ reported that Sidora, 37, submitted her petition at 1:10 p.m., beating Pittman 40 to the Gwinnett County Courthouse in Georgia by 61 minutes. Pittman's own documents were stamped at 2:11 p.m., signaling that the divorce is already contentious. In fact, the estranged couple can't even agree on when they separated. Sidora listed February the 23rd, while Pittman said February the 19th. Both parties did, however, concede that their union is irreversibly broken, according to the outlet, with the Bravo celebrities adding that she reserves the right to add additional grounds for a divorce if the pair cannot amicably reach a settlement. Page 6 has reached out to Sidora for a comment. The Game star and Pittman said "I do" in August of 2014. They share 2 children, a son, a daughter, and the actress has an older son. The filing comes just 2 weeks after Sidora helped celebrate her husband's 40th birthday with an elaborate bash. So the rest of the article just rehashes what happened during Real Housewives of Atlanta and basically last season. So I'm not going to read that. I am going to read the other article about why she now is saying why she's getting a divorce. So let me get to that article and then I'll give you guys my thoughts. All right, you guys. So the next article goes like this. It says ROHA star Drew Sidora accused her ex Ralph Pittman of cheating and mental abuse. Drew Sidora claims her soon-to-be ex-husband Ralph Pittman cheated on her and mentally abused her in their recent divorce filings. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, the Real Housewives of Atlanta star filed an amendment complaint stating that she can't take Pittman's continued blatant disrespect and mental abuse any longer. She went on to describe the 40-year-old as an alleged serial cheater, noting that some of the women he allegedly slept with would send her screenshots of their sexting. Sidora, 37, also claimed that Pittman got aggressive with her during a recent fight and snatched her phone from her hand, causing her to fall to the ground. Alongside the alleged emotional abuse, Sidora claimed Pittman would mess with her finances and recently withdrew a large sum of money from her account as leverage. Reps from Sidora and Pittman did not immediately respond to the Page 6 request for a comment. Okay, guys, so you just heard 2 articles from Page 6. The links will be below so you can read them for yourselves if you would like to, as well as I'm going to mention a Radar Online article. I don't want to read it, but I'll put that link below as well so you can read it for yourself, but I'm going to mention it in my commentary going forward. So again, I didn't think this divorce thing was real. It did give me stunts and shows, especially when I read the article about them fouling an hour and a minute after each other, 61 minutes after each other. I was like, okay, y'all about to be on some petty reality TV type of energy. So I don't believe this is real. This is given like we just needed to make a moment. But like a lot of people were saying, they finished filming Real Housewives of Atlanta for the newest season, and this is happening right after they wrapped. So it's giving that like maybe they are setting up for next season, but also this could actually be true and they just decided to fake in front of everyone's face like they were all good, and once the cameras were down they were just like, yeah, I can't do this anymore, we need to part ways. I started to really believe that this was true reading the second article where she cites in her paperwork allegedly that she suffered mental abuse, or she feels like she suffered mental abuse, as well as she feels like Ralph is a serial cheater. She's been sent information by the other women like of their sexting conversation, as well as like him taking large sums of money from her account to like pretty much like blackmail her and like force her to do what he wants her to do. And then I also saw a Radar Online article that was posted on Twitter where in the article it alleges in Ralph's paperwork that he feels as though he's entitled to her money that she from her music career, because Drew does sing, and they were saying that in the article it states that allegedly Ralph's put in his that because he helped compose or produce a few of her songs, he's entitled to some of the revenue that she gets off of that. And I don't know how true it is that he's a producer or a composer, but for him to put that in his paperwork, I was like, oh, he gonna start playing dirty. As well as someone was speculating that they saw, but they couldn't provide any evidence, that they saw that Ralph once Drew and the kids kicked out of the marital home allegedly, but I couldn't find no article about it. So I was just like, I don't know how true that is, but I could see it happening. Definitely could see it happening. Honestly, if I take out my cynicism and being overly like critical of situations, I really do hope Drew and her kids are okay. And for Drew's sake, I hope she's all right, because Drew gets very much that like she wants to be married, and I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be married, but I also feel as though you have to be honest about who you're partnered with and who you choose to be partnered with, and you can find somebody else beyond that person and have a happy marriage, but it doesn't seem like Drew and Ralph were happy. It seems like they had good times, but eventually things started to change. Him going to Tampa, I don't know how true that is, but it did kind of seem like, okay, you were down in Tampa and you were doing stuff you had no business doing. Then on top of that, you have him putting cameras all around the house, which made me feel like, okay, what are these cameras for? Are these cameras so that you can check the house when you want to bring somebody over and mess around and make sure that they're not in the house? Because it was weird. weird. And it just feels like Drew gave Ralph too much. I feel as though Drew diminished herself and compromised a lot. And even though you're supposed to compromise in marriage, when one person is always conceding and compromising, it becomes a one-sided relationship. And I feel as that is what Drew and Ralph had. And I think she's just tired of it. I mean, to me, this makes me feel like the divorce is real, that she's actually being honest with herself. Because like I said, even though I felt like Drew and Ralph play up to the camera, there still was a side of him that was very like nasty and disrespectful to her. The whole thing about like, I should have gave you a Lunchable. And it was like, okay, sir. Then the way he was like making her feel at the table when they were in New York, and Kenya told him like, you're being an asshole, you're gaslighting her. It gives that. I'm not gonna lie. It gives that. He does this often. So I definitely hope that she's on her Sutton Stratton, her Lisa Hutchinson. Like, don't give us no Ashley Darby season. These two shows, and Real Housewives of Potomac and Real Housewives of Miami, give you the perfect, the perfect example of how to move after when you're getting a divorce on Real Housewives. You got Ashley, who was moving like a dummy, who was being a ditzy Dora, who, when the opportunity presented itself for her to actually get legal counsel, she didn't take it. And you see where she at, living in a house that is Michael's. It's not hers, it's Michael's. And if Michael sees fit to take that house away from her, he can. Versus where you have Lisa Hutchinson, who is taking the advice of her friends, who is actively seeking out advice. And now if you look at her in the blogs, she ready to go to war for hers. She ready to fight tooth and nail for hers. And it's like, Drew better be on that, because I do feel like Ralph might try to pull that whole I want alimony situation, or I need spousal support from her, because she seems like the breadwinner. But the good thing is Drew has Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it seems to really be helping her career, because the last thing I saw Drew in was the TLC the TLC movie. And I think that came out like, let me see, TLC. That came out in 2013. And Drew got on Real Housewives of Atlanta, I want to say in 2020. Yeah, in 2020. Was it 2020? No, yes, it was. In 2020 or 2021. Drew had I had not seen Drew in anything since 2013. And since she's been on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she's been able to propel her career, because I've seen her in a few Lifetime movies. So it's helping her. And she's now trying to sing, and it seems like she's trying to do the Candace route. So, I mean, hopefully Atlanta, it will help her be able to stand on her own and not have to rely on Ralph. And hopefully she will take that peanut-headed man for everything she got. He got. So let's move on. All right, y'all. So let's get into Peter versus Mia versus G. It's a lot going on. So Peter decided to come out and defend himself after Mia made an accusation that Peter and Wendy smashed during the reunion. So if you don't know, the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7 Reunion Part 2 aired on last Sunday. And as Mia and Wendy were arguing back and forth, Mia threw out there that you don't want anybody to know that you and Peter, you gave Peter the cookie. Basically saying that Wendy and Peter smashed. Or we were intimate, and everyone was like, girl, what? And I don't think I even mentioned it in my review because I didn't believe the lady. Like, we know Colossal Feet like to lie. That lady likes to lie. She likes to lie. So I was just like, girl, you just throwing things out there for no reason. Well, Peter decided to come out and defend himself. So I'm gonna play the first video that got all of this started between Mia and G and Gordon and Peter.
A reunion show, and Mia is going at it with Wendy, and brother, this is kind of your fault because I taped with y'all for 5 minutes promoting Bar in Baltimore and Bar in Miami Beach, and you turned that 5 minutes into 9 episodes, and now my name is thrown around on the reunion show when in real life I don't mess with none of those women. Okay? Giselle, Robin, cool people. The rest of them, Wendy, I shot with her one time, 5 minutes. Didn't go out to dinner with her. I didn't have no late night snack with her. She's a married woman. She's very respectful, very honorable. Okay, so for Mia, for you to be talking about me and Wendy getting together is so disrespectful. And it's so thirsty. It's real thirsty for you to do that just to collect that check from Bravo. There's nothing cool about that. Okay? And you can't just use my name like that, because if you use my name like that, I'm going to have my lawyer get in touch with you guys, and it's going to be really ugly. Okay? Because I do not know any of those women. I never see them outside of my establishment. Okay? And y'all just can't recklessly just throw people's name out there like that, because it actually hurt my business. And that's irresponsible. Please, cease and desist.
The video was posted on Instagram with this caption saying, with all the shit I'm going through, then comes this bullshit at Bravo Andy, at Bravo TV. Stop using me for y'all ratings. Please fact check before y'all air these episodes. So Mia decides to respond with a post and delete. Because y'all know she good for posting and deleting, where she posts like a video caption on Twitter where it's a video of Wendy and Peter, and it looks like they're just having dinner or lunch together, and they were talking back and forth about how good the fish was or the snapper was. And so Mia felt like this was her vindication, that she was telling the truth, that Wendy allegedly gave her cookie to Peter. And so this is the caption of the now deleted tweet. It says, I didn't go out to dinner with her. I didn't have a late night snack with her. I only filmed with her for 5 minutes. Lies, lies, lies. Sorry, P. Wrong food group. Zen Wen was playing with the snapper, not the cookie.
Was in that talking shit about my food. Look at the plate, y'all. Something once was in that plate. What you saying now?
It was good.
Oh, really?
It was
really
good. The snapper was good.
Yeah.
It was crispy.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about.
So like I said, Mia had deleted this post and had to go back to the drawing board. And I guess her next best thing was roping G into the mess. So she posted this video of G with the caption, "Don't F with us, sir." And it was a video of him responding to Peter's claims in the previous video, or the first video basically that started all of this. So I'm gonna play that for y'all now.
Interesting to me that who I thought was my friend, Peter Thomas, can say things like, he don't know us like that. I wonder if he didn't know us like that the times when he'd been at our house, eating our food, playing card games, and associating with other people, family members and friends of ours. I guess he didn't know us like that when he held our baby girl and was the first man other than myself to hold our baby girl. I guess he didn't know us like that when he's gone on boat rides with us. I guess he didn't know us like that all the times that we spent at his restaurant supporting his business. And certainly, I guess he didn't know us like that when he wanted to borrow $60,000 to pay his bills at Bar 1. So I don't know why Peter says he don't know us like that. Maybe that's his definition of not knowing us like that. Not knowing us like that when he's attended our kids' parties. So I guess if that means not knowing someone, then I guess that's what Peter's meaning is. And furthermore, to say this has hurt his business, just a few days ago, I personally spoke to Peter, and he said that publicity is actually helping his business. And furthermore, The allegations that he's referencing only came out a couple of days ago, so how could it have hurt his business that quickly? Peter, I guess we don't know you like that.
So Peter saw G's video and decided to respond. So here is Peter's response to G's video.
Will holler. That's what I'm gonna say. I just saw Gordon. I just went on, talked to Bravo, True Original, and they're telling me about the video you post. I didn't say I didn't know you like that or your wife like that. I said I don't know them like that. When I say I don't know them like that, what I'm saying is that, yeah, you called me around a week ago and asked me about your renegotiation, and you asked me for my advice. I gave it to you because I'm cool with you, okay? But it's still irresponsible for your wife to be talking about me sleeping with a married woman and that she have a video or saw a video from bar one. That shit ain't cool, okay? I've seen your wife twice in the last 12 months at my restaurant when you guys are shooting, and when you came to my 1-year anniversary, which was cool as hell. But you got to understand that I own a business. And when you talk about when your wife, not you, but if you want me to group into it, I will, okay, talking about me sleeping with a married woman when you know that shit didn't happen, okay, it's not cool. Because 80% of the people that follow me on my Instagram are female. 70% that come to my restaurant are women. And that shit is just not cool. Because you know how these people get. They'll believe stuff like that. And you keep on saying, I don't know you like that, this. Yeah, I went on vacation with you. Yes, I've been to your house several times. Okay, 4 or 5 years ago. Okay, yeah, I've been around your kids. Yes, I've been around your wife. Yes, I've been around you guys. Absolutely. And yes, I never borrow anything from you. Your brother and I have done business, but you and I have never done any kind of business like that. So don't come on Instagram and talk shit, my brother. Please don't do that. Okay, because I'm always respectful to you, okay? But what your wife is doing with my name, okay, saying that I'm sleeping with Wendy and she got video proof of that shit is not cool. You know that shit ain't cool, okay? I know how to play this.
So then Mia responded to this video with a tweet on Twitter, and then she also posted the same tweet on Instagram, and it goes like this: looking at my G, sit back with a glass of wine and a cigar. Watch out, world. Y'all done effed up now. $100 for the next person that calls me a liar. Some old G. Access to our energy has just increased, period. All right, y'all. So that was the end of their back and forth. I went on Peter's page and I went on Mia's page, and I didn't see anything after Mia's tweet or after Peter's video. The funny thing is while all of this was going on, Wendy was actually at the White House attending Vice President Kamala Harris's Black Excellence event. And it's like, girl, it's funny because Mia all through season 6 was calling everyone basic and calling people basic bitches and low budget. But the truth of the matter is, Wendy is rubbing shoulders with activists, philanthropists, other like politicians, and I mean politicians ain't that great, but she's actively in a space where someone who does reality TV probably wouldn't be accepted. But because Wendy had those 4 degrees that y'all was tired of hearing about, and she holds herself to a certain standard, and she didn't smack the dog piss out of Mia, she's able to still move in these spaces and still be respected. So when she sat up on that couch and she was almost on the verge of tears, and she did cry a little bit, saying that she has things to lose, she does, and she did the right thing because she's still welcome in these spaces. While you got Mia arguing back and forth on the internet trying to prove that she's not a liar, even though that's all you have shown people, you're getting angry that people call you a liar. And it's like, for 2 years, all we've seen you do is lie, and you so quick to post and delete things. It aids into that narrative about you that means that there's something about you that's fraudulent. It is what it is. I don't have a problem with Peter coming out and speaking his piece, because if he doesn't want that stigma on him of being a man that sleeps with married women, then I don't have a problem with him saying like, yo, no. Y'all know, y'all don't play with me like that. I don't have a problem with that. I hate that G came out and said something, because it's like, G, you know your wife's a liar. You know your wife's a liar. So why are you getting into this? And you could definitely tell that he was reading off a script, because he kept having to stop and pause like I do when I read these articles. So it's like you were reading off of a piece of paper. Then you have the video that Mia posted and deleted, and it didn't even look like anything. And I mean, like, you could kind of say like, oh, Wendy was being flirty, but flirting with someone doesn't mean that they cheated on their husband. As well as, it looked like a friend cooked the dinner for his other, it looked like Peter cooked the dinner for her, like 2 friends, and they was talking trash to each other because she thought it wasn't going to be good. And Mia does that. Mia will post things and reach. She will reach, because she did it even when she got on Twitter and was posting the emails and like screenshots of her emails trying to confirm that, like, no, she really thought she had cancer. But when people looked at the emails, all they saw was the ledger for the actual hospital, but the information in the email was not backing her up. So it's like, she does these things, and you can definitely tell that Mia is still stuck in the mentality of being a foster kid, as well as being a kid that's displaced, and that is still seeking validation and love and attention from people, because you're lying about stuff that you don't need to lie about because you want to be liked by the viewers and your castmates, but it's not working in your favor, because a lot of people have said if you would just be yourself, people would receive it. And I don't know, maybe this is you, but you know, I be trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, because I know some people get on reality TV and play a caricature of themselves. But yeah, girl, you got caught up and you just upset. Now, some people felt like this was a conspiracy and Mia, Gordon, and Peter were in cahoots, because a lot of people felt like Peter was trying to deflect, or Mia and Gordon were helping Peter deflect from his assault case that was just dismissed. So I said dismissed, but I meant acquitted. The article I'll post below so you can read it for yourself says that they deliberated yesterday, March the 1st, for less than an hour. Like, the jury deliberated for less than an hour, and then they acquitted him of the charges. So the alleged story is that 2 girls and Peter got into it and they knew each other. The girl that was allegedly like assaulted is Tammy Rivera's niece, Waka Flocka's ex-wife, and I'll post a picture up for y'all to see. She came out and pretty much got on the internet and said that it's sad that as old as Peter is, he don't know how to hold his liquor and he need to get some help. She, in the caption, the quote, she says, if it gets to the point where you can't control your liquor and you don't remember what happened, that's sad, get some help. So the alleged story that I've been hearing and seeing on the blogs is that Peter and the girl got into it. They were both going off on one another, but Peter took it a step further, and they said he pushed her onto a couch and tried to like choke her out for like 15 to 30 seconds. And this assault happened in August of 2020 and is just now going to trial, but he got acquitted. So I don't really think Peter was trying to divert the news away from him, because I'm like, you putting yourself more in the news. I guess that's how my mindset would be. Like, you're trying to distract us with this drama with Mia, but I feel like that would lead people to like, you know, type up your name and then see the article about the assault. So to me, that doesn't make sense to me, because even when Peter started off this whole argument, he put like, I got so much stuff going on, I don't need this right now with Bravo, because he probably has already experienced a decrease with this whole assault situation coming out now. Now, what I will say is, I feel like there's more to this story, because I don't understand why no one had a video of this. Like, y'all are in Baltimore. Y'all are in bar one with Peter. I believe somebody would have had video evidence of Peter, harming this person. I'm not saying he didn't, but it also sounds like there's more to this story, because the fact that he got charged and they deliberated on it, and I'm not saying the justice system is perfect, but they deliberated on this for less than an hour, which makes me feel like either there was more to this story or there wasn't enough evidence to like corroborate the other person's story that this is what happened. Because I feel like if this is what really happened, he really would have went to, like, they would have charged him. Because you just choking somebody, that to me, that's attempted murder. Because you're cutting off the person's air. So I feel like there has to be more to this story, but I don't feel like he was using this to deflect. I feel like it would cause more problems. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Jacqueline's niece coming out to defend her. I guess she didn't like what she saw on part 2 of the reunion, as it pertains to Mia versus Jacqueline. And y'all know we talked about this person before. Her @name is @YouCraveRisha. So this is what she had to say. She said, "I have been so quiet, but can I please say one thing? Jacqueline ain't no dummy. Food stamps, the girl makes 6 figures. #RHOP. We wish she was though. We'd all be eating." She then goes on to tweet, "That lady lies so much. Now she want to convince the people that Jacqueline is broke and can't really, I really can't. LMFAO. #RHOP. Then she posted an IG exchange that she had with Mia. But she ended up deleting it because I think somebody tapped her on her shoulder and told her she was doing too much. And she said, and so I'm going to read it for you because people got the screenshots for it. It says, "Risha, I'm trying to solidify Jacqueline's spot next year, but if she doesn't want to continue on this platform, I'll stop. None of what I'm doing is real feelings. I have nothing but love for all of you. Unfortunately, if you haven't noticed, we signed up to be on a drama reality show. The only reason she got a seat was because of the drama. Try to understand this. If she doesn't want it, let me know. Trust me, I can help support the other ladies. They get it, and I appreciate it." Then she scratched out something, and then she said, "You are no drama, no spot. It's that easy, but I can move on. My hope for the future is that JB can understand and learn to separate the two. Have faith." She then deleted that. Someone told her to delete it. And so she went underneath and said, "Also, this is pure narcissism, as you can see. If she doesn't want it, if she doesn't want it in parentheses, I can help someone else. Girl, you call defamation of character help? LOL. Y'all are not smart. Y'all are very the next tweet under this was, "Y'all are not smart. Y'all are very dense. Mia is only trying to secure her own spot for next season, not Jacqueline's. What are you reading is a form of gaslighting, obviously." So then she retweeted what she said, and she said, "I had to delete my tweet upon request, but y'all get the picture." And that was it. So here's my thing. I don't have a problem with the niece coming out and defending her family member. That's a normal reaction, especially if it's a family member you're cool with and you feel like their character is being assassinated. I understand that. And we've talked about this niece before in one of the drama videos, when it was the whole situation where Mia was talking about how the mom just left the kids and how, they were on the fine, like it was the last straw and stuff like that. So the girl came out to defend her mom and her family. So I don't have a problem with it. My only thing is this going to change anything? Because I don't think it's changing anything. That's just me. The other thing is she posted this screenshot and she blurred out some of the context of what Mia was saying, which made my eyebrow raise, because normally I'm the type of person that if you're going to expose somebody, expose everything. Give me names, give me dates, give me ages. Low key, you might need to give me an address. Tell me where y'all was going, where y'all went to eat, what outfit you have on. I want the full context of everything so I can make a educated decision on who I think is right, who I think is wrong, and give advice if I'm asked about it. So her blurring out part of the message makes me feel like either Mia said something that would vibe well in her favor and give credence to what she was saying, or she said something that like made like that was like that either was hurtful. But something about that blurring out is weird, and the fact that someone tapped her on her shoulder and was like, take that down, makes me feel like there's something brewing in the background, and maybe some of the things Mia has said might be slightly true. As you read the context of the DM, Mia's talking about like, this is a reality show. This is the drama. Like, we have to create drama. There's like pretty much a difference between real drama and reality drama. And my thing is, I definitely believe Jacqueline and Mia had a plan when they got on this show. I definitely believe they were trying to run with the whole threesome narrative, because there was ample times where when the ladies confronted Jacqueline at the Reasonably Shady podcast event, and Jacqueline didn't immediately say like, girl, no, that's not what we do. But she was like, no, let's have this conversation with Mia. It made it seem like y'all wanted to keep pushing this narrative. Even when all three of them were sitting down and like she was somewhat like all touchy on G, it really gave that type of energy, bro. Like, it gave like, y'all know what y'all are doing. Y'all are feeding into this narrative. Then when Jacqueline got snappy with Candace real quick when they were in Miami, and Mia looked at her and it was kind of like they smirked, I was like, okay, this is definitely giving me we had a plan, and they were trying to make Mia like the Marlo, not Mia, but Jacqueline, the Marlo of Potomac, where we see her, she's a friend of, and people grow to like her. Because she was just too snappy with Candace, and the situation wasn't that deep. But I think they had to pivot because Candace ate Jacqueline up real quick when she was like, I'm not talking to me as representative. And Jacqueline didn't know how to rebuff that. So I think they realized Candace couldn't be a target that they went back and forth with. I also believe Jacqueline knows who her friend is. She definitely knows who her friend is, because she sat at that table when they were in Miami, and she was like, if I would have met Mia when she was an adult, we would not be friends. Which makes me feel like, what type of time Mia is on. You're just okay with it when it's not dedicated or pushed at you. But now that it's at you, all of a sudden it's an issue. So I just feel like they was in cahoots. And Mia just went rogue and didn't tell Jacqueline, pretty much. But yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic, and hop down in them comments below. Bye.